insane.
There is a very wild reality now that we live in, because we had talked about this morning all of the strange winner side permutations that could exist, and I was prepared to go on a really long tangent about how, oh, if Mango wins this, he has an excellent track record against Captain Falcon, right? He has combined like 5 set losses against all the big Cap Falcons of the world.
And then Triff just says no.
Triff just says
I'm going to defy the stats and get my first dub here.
But heating up right now, sitting on the stage, Hungrybox up against Salt.
Yeah. This is going to be a fun one. Another Falcon Puff here, because so stylistically, this is going to be very different from the Wizzy H-Box set that we saw earlier.
Yes, it is. I do want to add something before you continue on that, because I've talked with you about this. When I interviewed Wizzy, I asked him, who do you think is the Falcon who's most similar to you? And he said Salt. So I think the answer is yes, it will be very different, because Salt is a crazy person in terms of how she handles matchups and the speed in which she handles matchups. But she's very disciplined in the places where she knows she needs to be.
Yeah, I think I'm assuming, that's honestly like pretty surprising. But I think in neutral, especially in a matchup like this, I think they might have like different combo trees, and they might have like different ways that they're gonna do their hard punishes. But I think the tried and true method versus Puff in neutral has to be this kind of, I'm going to be calling out your drifts with aerials. I'm going to be like dash dancing, waiting for you to kind of whiff your back air. I'm going to stay pretty grounded so I have access to, like counter hit your back airs.
Right.
And I think in that sense, there's definitely going to be a lot of similarities between the two Falcons coming up.
I'm interested to see it. I'm really interested to see this. I mean, set count-wise, it is in Hungrybox's favor. I want to say it's like 9-4 in favor of Hungrybox. But so much of it was played at, like Salt said in the interview, Waddle Wednesdays, coin boxes, the like. I think the last real LAN that they had against each other was at Warehouse War last July, and HBox 3-0'd Salt there. Yeah,
and I think also there's something to be said about HBox in person versus online. I feel like HBox is just powered up.
Yes.
In person. Something about, not getting the double knee there. I think with a little bit more runway, you get that. And
for stock. Going over to HBox. Look at his player cam. Do you see this? He's already fired up.
He's got to be. I mean, there's a path here for Hungrybox to take this entire Genesis, but it has to start here.
Oh yeah, and we had talked about it before. I mean, right when he was warming up, he's like literally chatting with us, hitting up tilt rests while not looking at the screen, going, I feel really good about my bracket today.
Yeah.
But Salt not going to answer back with that stock quite yet.
Really good DI there from Hungrybox. Also, going right to the corner of the blast zone, so not getting KO'd from the stomp knee. Good stuff so far.
There's the down throw mix-up. You had talked about this earlier in the Wizrope Hungrybox set, so just re-elaborate that for the people at home.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of setups here where Salt is going to get the down throw, and it's going to be on HBox to switch up the DI either in or out, and whether Salt can catch those differing DIs is going to be a huge part. But see, that's what I mean. I feel like this. Oh!
Yeah, when do you see Wizzy go for platform movement like that?
I mean.
Yeah, you're right.
She's going crazy. Tell me.
She's going crazy.
Tell me this is doing different. Crazy. Tell me this is different from Wizrope. Tell me.
It is. I was surprised when he had said that too.
My God. Oh, gets the jump.
Nope. Okay. I think confident in the edge guard, right? The position is so good for HBox here, and then you pound the other way, so there's absolutely no chance for Salt to get back.
But I think the downside about going this hard from Salt's end is that I was telling you in the previous set, HBox I think is very good at playing when the opponent kind of comes in.
Yes.
Then he can kind of get an idea of when they're going to be, their attack angles, their timings, and things of that nature.
I 100% agree. I think when HBox gets to stifle out momentum-based players like that, that is where he thrives the most. We do talk about he's really good when he gets the chance to go in, but when he gets the chance to frustrate players into these positions, that's where he can thrive.
Yeah, and I think Falcon is a character you can definitely kind of frustrate in this matchup. But Salt's slowing it down a little bit, which I like. I think she is seeing that the playstyle she did in the first few stocks isn't quite working out, and HBox is praying on it. There you go. Ooh!
Up air.
Doesn't want to end the combo early with the knee. Okay, just wanting to catch HBox here on the landing.
Playing the up to down too as well.
And you see just HBox just retreating. Doesn't want to deal with like the invincibility that Falcon gets off the ledge. Just goes back to center stage. I like it. And Salt now staying pretty grounded. Because you get access to jab, and we saw how good Salt is off the jab, right?
There's a lot of mix-ups you can do off of jab. Shout-outs to Chef Rockman and the cookbook as well for having a litany of things that you can do off jab 1, off jab 2. You can play based on mix-ups. You can play so flowchart if you're Falcon, but like you said, Salt may not play by the book all the times, and that's going to be game 1.
Just the edge guarding in particular, I feel like was really solid from HBox, and ooh, HBox is looking ferocious.
Ferocious. Chair's got to watch out. All of them.
All of them.
Every single one.
You know, everything in the crowd, the bleachers, everything's got to watch out. Okay.
Here's a big thing I noticed, and I want to hear your thoughts on this as well. Really haven't seen a lot of stomp from Salt, and that's such a difference maker in this matchup, right? It determines there's the first real attempt of this game for it.
I think the difference between this stomp and like the way that Wizzy does it, oh god, that's a really good stomp.
Look at how much you get off of it.
You get a lot off of it, but it required like a little bit of a setup. That was such a good up air from HBox there, just beat out the stomp that Salt did. But Wizzy does those like fade back stomps, right? And I think the way that Salt has been doing it, especially that last one in particular, was like jab, jab, dash forward stomp. And so it's like a more offensive, that's a good one. More offensive rather than like a defensive one.
Right, it makes sense. That makes sense. Salt, a little more methodical in this game number 2.
Like there, you see it's like drift in stomps versus like fade back.
Yeah, it's just, I wonder if HBox was already presenting the shield, right? Force the reaction out of him at that point. Go for an overshoot stomp, try to hit the back of the shield, and then play the mix-up from there.
Right. Yeah, even there, I think like a stomp on the other side of the shield would have been really good, to your point. Like even there as well. I wonder if that's what she's trying to do, but she's not quite getting the spacing.
No.
Oh no! I think she wanted to like side B into the lip, and then it like kind of cancels like that. She's just letting us know.
This is what I
Thank you.
wanted, just for everyone who missed it.
And unfortunately, good call out. We saw that a few times in the Wizzy set as well, just calling out the timings.
Oh, she a runner, she attracts.
She is athletic. The athleticism.
Okay, yeah. So what does Salt do here? Do you try to challenge? I think you're just chilling.
No, you don't. I don't think you challenge here because Puff has got invincibility to work with, right? So you just are okay taking your time, I think. HBox has got a good handle on these back air timings. There's the stomp. I like the dash dance because you see that the Puff is crouching, so you don't want to grab that. So you dash. Oh god, what a punish! And
Salt off the top. Here, I agree with you 100%. Here's the problem that I have with it though. Every time Salt starts introducing that type of movement, she always has been ending it with a grab in this set.
Right.
And I think HBox is fine to just hold down on the great stick.
Wait, what's happening here? What's happening here? The stare down. The stare down.
Content.
Also, Juan is. Oh,
this is content. Look
they're staring each other down. They're smiling.
Let's go!
Oh, baby! Oh, my goodness. Who is going to blink first?
This
Who's
is a
going in
standoff
first?
for the ages, Vish. I think they could hold this out. I really do.
Oh! HBox goes in.
Oh, it's happening again. Action's back on. Salt, just a lot of self-talk here.
Yeah?
So why did that just happen?
What just happened here? Oh, again?
Yeah!
They're standing still.
The transformation, too.
Oh, yeah, now we got the player cam. What, we just you blink and that's what happens? You look away for a second?
How do they mix production?
You can't. The camera person getting mixed up. Oh, my goodness. I don't even know what happened.
There is a third player in this game, Vish, and it is the camera person. A moment of history gone.
It's
forever.
just gone. Erased from time.
Oh my gosh, we are taking a little bit of a ring. I stand corrected. Okay, Salt's going in.
Oh, there's the jab. Having the, she's cooking.
She's cooking, but she only has one stock left. You can't get shield grab like that.
Yeah. Having the tree to your back is a nice position to be. Oh, gonna get a combo off the tree?
This might be rest. Might just be get a lot of percent instead.
I like the roll away too. Okay, little dash dances. Max just turned neutral air too.
Okay, no tech. Jump spent.
Nice grab.
We're going to last on.
Not
maybe?
quite.
No.
Again, good DI from HBox. Okay. Also was on the right side going left, so had a lot of stage to play with. That's probably just
the jump.
That's the nice part about. I like the way that HBox is edge guarding, right?
Yeah.
You just put the forward air out. If the Falcon jumps into it, it gets clipped. If they don't jump into it, you fall down with the Falcon. You can just go down there. You got a lot of jumps. It's the right way to edge guard.
After a bit of a stare down, Hungrybox up 2 games to 0
yeah,
over
that's right.
Salt.
Okay.
We are closing the distance a little bit here on Yoshi's. This is where Salt can really go crazy, especially with a triplat stage.
Yeah, and she's super good playing off of Randall and super good with wall jumps at her disposal. So I wonder what kind of crazy shenanigans we're gonna get on the Yoshi's pick. I'm gonna see some schmovement.
Jabri sent F smash too, like doesn't even want to give Salt a punish here. Again, confidence in the edge guard, right? It's such a linearized recovery from Falcon that you just have the mix up in the drift from that point forward.
Yeah. And as long as you keep ledge, Falcon kind of has to go on stage in a lot of positions, so you can just kind of wait it out even. Ooh, okay. Crouching puff, you really gotta watch out.
H-Box is paying attention. Look at this, the head bob as well.
He's in it. We haven't seen a head bobbing H-Box in quite some time.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Shades of none for a second.
And that's the thing, those kind of like, it looks, oh wow. It looks flashy, right? Like the neutral openings that Salt gets, flashy, looks great, but they're not super juicy.
Yeah, this is what I mean, like, I think comparing the two, right? Good
there
stock
you go.
from
That's
Salt.
juicy.
So much of the openings from Wizrobe's case and the success that came from it started with Stomp and creating that mix-up and making H-Box scared of that mix-up. We're not seeing that much more of it from Salt so far.
Yeah, the thing that Wizzy does, oh god, that's just it. My god, a solid 3-0 from H-Box. Oh, love to see the camaraderie.
You love to see it.
There you go. After the stare down.
After the stare down was crazy.
Showed some love after the stare down.
Hey, give it up for Salt here, making it at 5th place. Genesis X2.
What a strong
Hungrybox will be proceeding forward here.
Insane showing from Salt. Insane showing from Salt. Gotta give it up. Oh my goodness. And Hungrybox making his way through this bracket.
Making his way.
Oh.
I think it's like such a scary prospect when you see H-Box like game 1.
Oh yeah.
Just you're like, I gotta play a full set against this.
Hey, that's how you keep the energies going.
That's how you keep the energy going for sure.
Ooh, baby. Man, what a crazy set. I think, yeah, just the hits that Wizzy would get in that particular matchup were just more meaningful, right? Like
They were.
It felt like Wizzy was very determined in getting openings that netted things.
Right.
Whereas Salt was just really trying to hit H-Box.
Yeah, seeing a couple of this outlined in the replays as well. I think edge guards were so potent from H-Box. Pretty much converted every single time Salt got put off stage. Highlight of the match, of course, is right here. Because who goes? Who snaps here?
I think H-Box went first, right?
He did. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think, like, to your point, the hits from Wizzy were a bit more meaningful than the hits from Salt. I do think that started with the initiating aerial. A lot of times, Salt was kind of just spacing in with nairs. H-Box was so willing to play crouched, where Wizzy would threaten that crouch with a stomp and make H-Box a little bit more afraid to just kind of hold down in those spots. But all things said, I mean, Salt has gotten on the board versus H-Box. It's not going to happen today, and H-Box remains on his